All right, good morning everyone. Slow and steady here. We're just leaving Pearisburg Cemetery parking lot, coming up the trail. You got a bench and you got a little trail magic. If anyone's, I'm sure by the time you see this will be long gone, but there's beer and Coke in there. I don't know what that says. Happy something hiking, gourmet and hops. AT class of 2024. All right. I'm gonna dig in there. We already know what's in there. All right. Well, we got about 20 miles today. It's starting a little after 8 o'clock. Of course, there's a big tree down right when we start, so got to head around here and get to hiking. I think mostly today it's a ridge walk. We have 4 or 5 miles to get up to the ridge, and then the ridge walk the rest of the day without much water, so we're going to carry a good bit of water, depending on how hot and rainy it gets today. Oh, this looks fun. I don't know if we'll get through this or not. Stand by. All right, we got the Paris Cemetery up this way, the AT coming down. I've visited enough cemeteries already this trip. I'll skip it for today. Too long of a day to walk. Some good elevation gain coming up. All right, after Paris Cemetery, come down, run into the highway here. Boat landing's over there. The trail's gonna go across the bridge here. And over that bridge, before we get to the entrance of that factory up there, we'll turn right and head up into these mountains and do a ridge walk for the rest of the day. All right, let's get to hiking. Got a nice pavement, make up some time here. All right, crossing over the New River. Same one that goes through New River, West Virginia, for the New River Gorge Bridge. We can get it to focus there for a minute. All right, although that's not West Virginia quite yet. That ridge line up there separates West Virginia and Virginia, so look to the west today, it's all West Virginia. Look to the east, it's Virginia. And for those of you who don't know, West Virginia is not the same state as the western part of Virginia. Anyway, I grew up a lot in West Virginia. I heard it a lot. Oh, I've been to Virginia. Well, go back to geography. Two different states. Anyway, very similar though, right here. See where we have to go up there later today. 20-some miles. What a contrast here between the Appalachian Mountains and the big factory. I'm sure it employs, called Selenase, I believe. It employs a lot of people in the valley here. But as you come across the bridge, you got to go down these stairs. You see the little white blazes down there telling you where to go, so you don't end up in the factory parking lot. But I appreciate the extra marks. And a couple double blazes over there to remind you, don't go here. There's a turn. And we'll just go back under the bridge here. And Bob's already off to the races, so that's all right. I'm going easy today, slow and easy. See if I can preserve some feet today. We'll see. Here's a nice view of the New River. When you're coming out of Pearisburg, you cross a road called Landfill Road. Just heed the signs. Non-potable water. Do not drink. This water comes from the landfill, so don't filter it. Don't do anything. Just keep walking. There's nothing here right now, but in heavy rain, I would imagine this is pretty full of water. So just keep going. There's water up the hill. No problems. Although there is probably a, I don't know, 10 or 12 mile water carry coming up on the ridge. I don't know about you, but I'm not a big fan of tagging every single thing you come across. It makes us all look kind of bad out here. You tagging public property and all the shelters and everything. There are boards everywhere for you to leave your your signature and your comments and everything. There are places everywhere where they allow you to do it, and I don't know, not my thing. I never get it, but again, it makes me look bad as a hiker also, so not just yourself. So anyway, not impressing anybody. That's my 2 cents. Sure, I'll get some slack for saying it, but tagging's not my thing, believe it or not. All right, time for a 1,000-foot climb. Not real steep, but 1,000 feet elevation. Let's get to it. Interesting to see in the middle of the woods. Of course, I think this is backed up to someone's back of their property. This old car. What is it? I see it's a Ford. Which one is it? I don't know. Been seeing these red signs for the last a couple hundred feet. There's one close to the trail here. Let's see what it says. Guessing it's a boundary sign. Posted. It's a no trespassing sign. Okay. It's facing this way. So it's probably someone's property, obviously, that the AT passes through. And I'm assuming it's fine to be on it here. But it's odd because it's on that side of the trail facing away from us. Maybe to keep hunters and things off. Anyway, the dump's over that way. I don't feel like showing it to you. I don't want to ruin it. I think I see there's a hunting blind up here. See it in the tree there? Right there. Yeah, anyway, all right. Back to hiking. Just some curiosities for the morning. It's hot out. It's in mid to upper 60s already. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning. It'll be hot. It'll be a long day with limited water supplies. But if our friend, fellow hiker Case, his memory is right, then the ridge, once I get up to the top, isn't too hard today, just long. So we just have to get water at the last spot here. Now, Mountain Mike, the shuttle driver from Angel's Rest Hostel, said there is one water source up past the first shelter. And you may have seen it on one of the pictures I took here just a few minutes ago of the trail. Shows a water source about a mile past the shelter, just like he said. So we'll find out if I can make it to the top. Breathing hard already. Well, the sun is gone. The rain is showing up. Just getting ready to cross over this cow grate. And you can see the sign there, AT. We're gonna go up these stairs and hopefully get warm before the rain really gets going. If it gets too bad, I'll throw a rain jacket on and all, but for now we're just gonna hike, t-shirt, shorts, you know the routine. All right, in case you needed a reminder. All right, let's get to hiking, guys. We'll catch up top. Well, there's the first real good views of West Virginia. Just got up on a little ridge line here, watching a bird soar. And looked over and ta-da! That's where I grew up most as a kid. A little ways from here, but a couple hours away when I was a little kid and several hours away when I was in middle school. But just reflecting on stuff that was going on there and reflecting on today's day 50, if I can believe it or not here. And I've lost 35 pounds. I'm down from 235 down to 200. I think I mentioned last night, maybe on the video, but still can't believe it. And that's with eating like a pig at every town and eating pretty good out here on the trail. So might be losing almost a pound a day generally out here and then gaining some back. But on average, it's, I don't know, somewhere around 3/4 of a pound per day been losing. So at some point we'll have to put a stop to it, but I still have a little bit of belly to lose if that's where it comes from. I'm guessing I'm losing quite a bit of muscle mass too, which is okay. It's just heavy. You don't need a lot of it climbing up and down. And anyway, I've got another quarter mile or so to the next shelter. We'll see if anybody's there. Just gonna stop and have a quick break, filter some water, and keep rolling. Got a 12 or so mile ridge walk that Case said is not too bad. So I'm climbing now, if you can't tell by my breathing, but it's fairly easy but hard to talk and climb. So we'll catch up in a few minutes. All right, there's rice field shelter in the distance. I see a couple guys in there. I see Bob in there, somebody else. There's a privy behind it. But check out this view from the bald. That's just outside Rice Field Shelter. This is all West Virginia, I believe. Most of this over on this side of the ridge. Let's walk up on this rock here. See what we can see. A little windy up here, a little bit chilly. I can't actually see the screen very well right now for some reason, so bear with me. Hopefully you can see better than I can. And that's where the trail goes over that way. On that side of the mountain, it's still Virginia. We'll stay in Virginia all day, although I may be officially on this side of the ridge, maybe in West Virginia now. Then got a bear vault. I don't know what that is. A privy. This is all Rice Field Shelter and a great view of West Virginia over there. I'm guessing we have great cell phone coverage here. A big tower. Probably cell phone tower. Who knows? But right on the trail. We're just heading over here to the right of it a little. There's Pearisburg. See the hospital, Walmart, the area downtown. It's all right there. Cool little town. We may see it some more as we continue on the AT up this way. Let's see what we have posted here on the tree. Oh, construction site ahead. All right, if we stay on the trail. Just some rules, Peters Mountain Construction, and who's working and where they're working and all that stuff. We'll see how it looks up ahead. I see construction barriers coming up in a minute. You can just see it up there in the orange. There's an all-season tent up here, I assume for the construction workers. A big chimney in the middle. Really tied down well for the crazy winds that come up here. Maybe it's just a break hut, I don't know. I hear people, but I can't see them. But we'll just keep hiking. Probably heading up and over that mountain in the distance there. Got about 4 or 5 miles of level and then some climb at the end of that 4 or 5 miles. And then downhill another 3 or 4 miles to the shelter where I'll call it home later on tonight. Still got a few hours, probably 3 hours or so more to go. Maybe 4, I don't know. We'll see how this weather is. The temperature dropped quite a bit. Quite a bit, maybe 10 degrees. But it's, as you can see, overcast, gray. Might have some rain and snow coming. Have to break out some more layers. We'll see. Right now, still t-shirt and short weather. In the 50s, I'm guessing. Check out this view. I think this mountain that I'm on is Peters Mountain in Virginia. Straddles the West Virginia border. I believe that's all West Virginia over there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. A little dark and gloomy, but if the camera picks up what I see, it's beautiful. Little trail marker here, 3.9 to the Allegheny Trail, 6.7 to Pine Swamp Shelter. That's where I'm trying to make it to tonight. You see Rice Field Shelter about 6 miles before. That's where that last shelter I showed you was. Ooh, on some loose rocks here. Let's see what this is over here. Groundhog Trail, Sugar Camp Farm, 1.9. We won't be going that way. We'll just stay on the AT. It looks like it comes this way. All right, coming up on the Allegheny Trail. We're going down to Pine Shelter, 2.5 miles down that way. Looks like the yellow blaze is the Allegheny Trail. White Sulphur Springs, 40 miles. 315 miles total. Might have to come back and do that trail. A little more information about it. Today's moment of zen. Well, after a little over 20 miles today, I don't know if you can tell, I'm walking down a creek bed right now with flowing water. So I won't be looking at you much right now unless I stop, but I almost to camp, so ready to keep going. So after a little over 20 miles today, coming up on the shelter, it's Pine Swamp Branch Shelter, mile 657, I believe. Anyway, it's going to get loud here. I'm going to keep this short. If there's anything to see, I'll share it with you. But just know, 20 miles, new shoes, ultras, my heels still kill me going up steep inclines. And the bottoms just hurt on all this crazy rock. I thought today was going to be a little less rocky, but it was very rocky for several miles and very painful. And Bob, his shoes are way past their life. They're probably, I don't know, 700 miles or so. He's got Ultra Lone Peaks, and his feet are starting to really kill him. So he's got some new ones waiting for him at the next resupply point in Daleville, at the Daleville, Virginia post office. Me, I just need to either toughen up or take some ibuprofen, which I haven't been taking. I take it at night sometimes. Maybe you can hear me now. I don't know if you could hear me while that water was right there, but apologies if not. Anyway, I'll get off here, quit blabbering before I break my ankles on these rocks. You can't even see them. They don't really show up too well in here, but all right, we'll get to camp and I'll share what I can with you there. Might be a couple other people there at the shelter, so that passed us today. So I probably won't record too much for their privacy sake. But anyway, catch up soon. There's the shelter nestled down in the woods there. And Bob is quickly approaching. Yeah, lost track of him. Anyway, it's down there. We'll show you in a minute. All right, some things to look forward to tomorrow. Laurel Creek Shelter, 18.5. That's probably where I'll head to. Allegheny Trail is 2.5. That last shelter was 12.5 back. Water not tested. Boil or chemically treat all water before use. Great. I don't know that my Sawyer counts as boiling or chemically treating. But anyway, here's the shelter. It's enclosed. There's a fireplace. Maybe bunk beds. We'll see. I see other people talking about it. All right. When you forget to bring a spoon and leave it on the bunk at the hostel, you get to make one. I'm going to try it out here. Got a little bit of a spoon shape to it here, long as the titanium spoon. Going to make a some pad thai here and try it out. If that doesn't work, I'll make chopsticks. Eat with chopsticks.